Imagine a farm so gigantic it looks like a small country. Now, think about a property that is worth over $1 billion and has been owned by a single family for generations. Waggoner Ranch is not just a farm. It is a true rural empire, full of history, riches, and curiosities that impress even the most experienced in the agricultural world. But what makes this property so valuable and desirable? How did she become an icon of American lands? Stay with me until the end, because today you will discover all the secrets of this billion-dollar farm. Speak up, guys. I am the Juninho Mello, and this is the Celebrity Farm, the channel where we explore the most incredible farms in the world. If you like this type of content, leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any videos. Today, let's delve into the secrets of the legendary Waggoner Ranch, one of the most valuable farms on the planet. And tell me in the comments, I want to have a farm like this, to show that you are committed to winning in life. When we talk about giant farms in the United States, the Waggoner Ranch always appears at the top of the list. With its impressive 207,000 hectares, this property located in the state of Texas is larger than some entire cities and has a history that goes back more than 160 years. But what really makes this farm so special? Why is it considered a true rural empire? To understand the impact of Waggoner Ranch, we need to go back to the 19th century. It was founded in 1849 by Daniel Waggoner, a visionary who started with a small piece of land and expanded his domain over the decades. Your son, W.T. Waggoner, was responsible for transforming the property into one of the largest agricultural empires in the United States. Under his command, the farm became a reference in livestock, agriculture, and oil extraction, accumulating a gigantic fortune. What few know is that Waggoner Ranch remained under the control of the same family for 6 generations, resisting economic crises, wars, and even internal legal disputes. But the farm's history took an unexpected turn when, in 2016, was sold for an estimated value of $725 million, one of the most expensive real estate deals ever recorded in the agricultural sector. The buyer? Billionaire Stan Kroenke, sports mogul and owner of teams like Los Angeles Rams of the NFL and the Arsenal, one of the most traditional football clubs in England. But what makes Waggoner Ranch such a valuable asset? In addition to your impressive size, the farm is home to one of the largest U.S. beef cattle breeding, with thousands of heads of cattle Hereford E. Angus. Furthermore, the property has a vast infrastructure, including rivers, lakes, oil wells, historic mansions, and even your own airstrip. Not to mention the areas dedicated to agricultural production, which guarantee the farm's self-sufficiency in several aspects. Now, imagine what it's like to manage a farm of this size. Waggoner Ranch has an operation involving hundreds of employees, from experienced cowboys to experts in agronomy and rural management. Keeping this empire running is a challenge that requires knowledge, technology, and, of course, a lot of money. But is it worth investing in a farm of this size? How did Stan Kroenke turn this billion-dollar purchase into an even more profitable business? In the next section, we will analyze the details of this gigantic operation and understand how Waggoner Ranch continues to grow even after the change of owners. A Waggoner Ranch. It's not just a giant farm, it's a real money-making machine. When Stan Kroenke purchased this property for about $725 million, he wasn't just acquiring land. He was investing in a farming, oil, and real estate empire. But how does this farm generate so much profit? let's analyze the main pillars that support this billion-dollar operation. Raising cattle has always been the heart of Waggoner Ranch. With thousands of heads of breeds Hereford E. Angus, the farm is a reference in the production of high-quality meat. The extensive livestock farming practiced there takes advantage of Texas' vast natural pastures, reducing food costs and ensuring well-nourished livestock. Furthermore, the farm invests heavily in genetic improvement, selecting the best animals for reproduction and increasing the value of each ox sold. But it's not just cattle that generate millions for the farm. Waggoner Ranch is also a leading supplier of elite horses in the United States. Creators and competitors from around the world seek out celebrities' Waggoner quarter horses, known for their endurance and speed, especially in roping and rodeo events. A single horse can sell for tens of thousands of dollars, making this one of the most profitable operations on the property. If livestock is the soul of the farm, oil is the financial heart. Few people know that Waggoner Ranch is located in an area rich in oil deposits, and the extraction of this resource generates million-dollar revenues annually. The property has several active wells, explored by some of the largest companies in the U.S. energy sector. The most impressive detail? For years, the Waggoner family refused to sell the farm precisely because of the oil. They knew that this underground wealth would guarantee a stable and practically inexhaustible source of income. When Kronka took control of the farm, he maintained the extraction contracts and modernized the infrastructure, making production even more efficient. Although livestock and oil are the main sources of income, agricultural production also plays a key role on the farm. Waggoner Ranch cultivates large areas of hay, corn, and wheat, ensuring not only internal supply but also surplus production that is sold. This allows for gigantic savings on animal feed and also generates profit from the sale of surplus. Furthermore, the property has several rivers, lakes, and dams, ensuring a continuous supply of water for livestock and crops, something extremely valuable in a dry state like Texas. This difference allows the farm to have more sustainable production and less dependence on external factors. Another thing that makes Waggoner Ranch such a valuable asset is the land itself. 207,000 hectares. They are strategically located in a region with great real estate appreciation. This means that, in addition to being a highly productive farm, the property also has gigantic resale potential. Large investors are always keeping an eye on this area, whether to expand agricultural businesses, explore new oil wells, or even develop luxury tourist and residential projects. When Kronka acquired Waggoner Ranch, many wondered what his goal would be. After all, he already owned several giant farms in the USA and Canada. But the answer came quickly. He kept all operations active, invested in modernization, and ensured that the farm continued to grow. Kronka's strategy is simple and effective. Preserve the farm's legacy while maximizing profits. And what does all this teach us? Waggoner Ranch proves that with efficient management, a farm can be a highly profitable business regardless of its size. But are farms of this size still viable in the modern world? In the next block, we will explore how technology, innovation, and sustainability are shaping the future of Waggoner Ranch and large rural properties. A Waggoner Ranch. It is not only one of the most valuable farms in the world, it is also an example of how tradition and innovation can go hand in hand. Even though it is a property with more than 160 years of history, the farm did not stand still in time. On the contrary, it has modernized and is now a true high-tech laboratory in the agricultural sector. But how does Waggoner Ranch balance its historic legacy with the demands of the modern world? Managing a property the size of Waggoner Ranch is no simple task. They are more than 207,000 hectares, thousands of heads of cattle, extensive plantations, and dozens of oil wells. To keep everything running efficiently, the farm adopted the most modern agricultural technology. Today, Waggoner Ranch uses agricultural drones to monitor pastures, identify drought areas, and even check livestock health from a distance. These drones help save time and labor, allowing managers to have more precise control of the property. Additionally, sensors spread across the farm collect real-time data on soil quality, humidity, and climate, helping to make strategic decisions. In livestock farming, innovation also makes a difference. Waggoner Ranch has implemented electronic chips in livestock, allowing you to track each animal and monitor its health, weight, and dietary pattern. This technology ensures that only the best specimens are selected for reproduction and sale, further increasing the quality of the meat produced. Even though it is a gigantic and highly profitable farm, Waggoner Ranch knows that without environmental preservation, the future of agriculture could be threatened. Therefore, the property invests in sustainable practices to reduce its environmental impact and ensure long-term productivity. An example of this is the intelligent management of water resources. The farm has rainwater collection systems and uses precision irrigation to avoid waste. Furthermore, native vegetation is preserved, preventing desertification and ensuring soil fertility. In livestock farming, the farm adopts the pasture rotation, allowing pasture areas to regenerate naturally and preventing soil degradation. This technique not only improves the quality of cattle feed, but also reduces the need for artificial supplements. Another sustainable innovation on the farm is the use of renewable energy. Some areas of Waggoner Ranch already have solar panels and wind turbines, reducing dependence on fossil fuels and making operations more energy efficient. In addition to being an agricultural and energy empire, Waggoner Ranch also attracts the attention of another market: the luxury tourism. In recent years, large farms in the United States have started to invest in rural tourism, offering exclusive experiences for millionaires and country enthusiasts. Waggoner Ranch, with its vast expanse of land, historic mansions, and top-notch facilities, has enormous potential for this type of business. Imagine an experience where visitors can ride horses through vast fields, participate in private rodeos, and even stay in restored period homes. This is a segment that can generate millions in revenue without compromising traditional farm operations. Another interesting point is that the Waggoner brand. It is already a symbol of prestige in the agricultural world. Breeders and investors are willing to pay fortunes to acquire cattle or horses with the Waggoner seal, which adds even more value to the empire built over the decades. With the advancement of technology and new market demands, Waggoner Ranch continues to evolve. Under the command of Stan Kroenke, the farm remains a powerhouse in the agricultural sector, but also opens new business fronts. The balance between tradition and modernity is what ensures that this billion-dollar property remains relevant and profitable in the 21st century. But are farms of this size still viable in a world increasingly focused on urbanization and automation? In the next block, we will analyze the impact of this farm model and how it can influence the future of global agribusiness. The history of Waggoner Ranch. It's not just about land, cattle, and oil. It's about vision, persistence, and adaptation. Since its foundation in 1849, this farm went through wars, economic crises, and changes of owners. but it has always remained one of the largest agricultural empires in the world. Now, under the command of the billionaire Stan Kroenke, Waggoner Ranch continues to grow and modernize, proving that large-scale farming still has a promising future. But what can we learn from this gigantic farm? Can such a grand model be replicated? And most importantly, does size really matter when we talk about success on the field? Waggoner Ranch is proof that giant ranches can be highly profitable when managed well. However, size is not always synonymous with success. What really differentiates this property from others is not its territorial extension, but rather the business diversification. In other words, the secret is not just having thousands of hectares, but knowing take advantage of every available resource. Waggoner Ranch generates revenue from livestock, agriculture, oil, elite horses, and even tourism potential. This diversified model guarantees financial stability even in times of crisis. The same principle applies to any farm, regardless of size. Small and medium-sized producers can be inspired by this model and look for ways to diversify their sources of income, whether investing in new crops, improving herd genetics, or even exploring market niches such as agritourism and sustainable production. Another key learning from Waggoner Ranch is the role of technology in the modernization of agribusiness. Today, farms that invest in drones, weather sensors, animal tracking, and artificial intelligence are able to increase productivity, reduce costs, and minimize environmental impacts. This means that the future of agriculture does not just depend on large properties, but on the producer's innovation capacity. Small, highly technological farms can compete with large properties, as long as they know how to use the right tools. Waggoner Ranch is at the forefront of this revolution, adopting smart solutions to optimize your production. The result? Greater efficiency, less waste, and a long-term sustainable business model. But how can a farm in Texas influence agribusiness in the rest of the world? Simple. Large properties like Waggoner Ranch serve as a laboratory for innovation. Many of the techniques developed on large farms end up being adapted for smaller productions. Efficient water management, the use of renewable energy, and livestock traceability are examples of practices that began on large properties and are now available to any producer. Furthermore, the success of Waggoner Ranch shows that the agribusiness continues to be one of the most profitable sectors in the world. This opens up opportunities for investors, startups, and new technologies that seek to transform the field into an even more productive and sustainable environment. Waggoner Ranch is not just a farm. It is a symbol of the strength of agribusiness and the importance of innovation. Over the centuries, this property has faced gigantic challenges, but has always known how to reinvent itself. With the arrival of new times and new technologies, the legacy of Waggoner Ranch continues to live on, serving as an inspiration for producers around the world. But will the giant farm model continue to dominate the future? Or will we see decentralization, with smaller, more technological properties taking the lead? Regardless of the answer, one thing is certain. Waggoner Ranch will continue to impress the world for many years to come. A Waggoner Ranch. It is more than a billion-dollar farm. It is a true agricultural empire that has stood the test of time, modernized, and continues to impress the world. Its history proves that success in the field does not just depend on vast lands, but on intelligent management, business diversification, and constant innovation. Whether in Texas or anywhere in the world, anyone who wants to prosper in agriculture needs to learn from examples like this. Investing in technology, seeking new forms of income, and adopting sustainable practices are strategies that can transform any property, regardless of size. And you? Have you ever imagined having a farm of this level? If you like this video and want more content about the biggest farms in the world, don't forget to subscribe to the Celebrity Farm channel and leave your like. This helps us to bring you more and more quality content. Now, I want to see your commitment. Comment below. I'm committed, and I'm going to make my dream of having a farm like this come true. This way, you show the world that you are determined to win. See you in the next video.